Gambian leader Adama Barrow has vowed to hold accountable anyone found complicit in irregularities surrounding the sale of assets seized from former President Yahya Jammeh. In a nationally televised address, the president assured Gambians of his government's commitment to transparency, rule of law, and institutional reform amid growing public concern. Now to the full story. In a strongly worded address to the nation on Wednesday evening, President Adama Barrow confronted rising public concern over the sale and disposal of assets forfeited from former President Yahya Jammeh and his associates. The president described the matter as one of the national importance and emphasized his administration's determination to uphold transparency, accountability, and justice. The controversy stems from ongoing revelations and allegations of impropriety in the management of assets recovered through the Jammeh Commission, an inquiry established by Barrow's administration in 2017 to investigate the financial dealings of the former president. The commission concluded its work in March 2019, followed by the publication of a government-wide paper that outlined the framework for recovering misappropriated public wealth. President Barrow reiterated his full endorsement of the commission's recommendations and warned that any deviation from due process will be met with legal consequences.
In May 2019, acted on the Justice Ministry's recommendation, I authorized a ministerial task force to oversee the lawful and transparent disposal of the said assets. The task force has since been reporting regularly to Cabinet. Disclosures by the Ministry of Justice confirm, however, that certain transactions, which include the sale of livestock, tractors, vehicles, and other valuables, were conducted during the active proceedings of the Commission. Upon learning the details of those sales, some for the first time, I convened an urgent cabinet meeting on Tuesday, 13 May 2025, to address the matter. My initial reaction would have been to establish an independent investigative panel to get to the bottom of every aspect of the sales. Within the arrangements of our constitutional framework, I have always prioritized acting in collaboration with the National Assembly and the National Audit Office, both of which are already conducting inquiries into the matter. Their findings will be made public, and my government will enforce their recommendations to address the shortcomings discovered and hold accountable any individual or entity found culpable. Let me reassure every Gambian that the assets recovered belong to the people. My administration will not tolerate negligence or any wrongdoing linked to safeguarding our nation's resources.
Barrow assured the public that the assets recovered from the former regime belonging to the Gambian people and must be protected as national resources. He stressed that his administration remains committed to full transparency in all activities undertaken on behalf of the nation.
We are committed to full transparency in whatever we undertake on behalf of the people. And I pledge that lessons learned from this incident will be used to fortify our institutions and systems against future lapses. Until we receive the report on the ongoing investigations, I urge you all to remain calm, law-abiding, and reassured that this matter will be handled within the ambit of the law.
He further announced the launch of a fresh government-led investigation into the sale of Jammeh's assets, stating that its outcomes would guide future reforms and strengthen institutional safeguards against similar lapses. The president's remarks follow mounting pressure from watchdog organizations, anti-corruption campaigners, and youth-led advocacy groups who have questioned the lack of clarity surrounding the management of recovered assets. Public discourse has intensified, with citizens demanding not only transparency but also legal redress for those responsible for any mismanagement. The recently formed Gala movement, Gambians Against Looted Assets, has been particularly vocal, calling for full disclosure and accountability in line with the Jammeh Commission spirit of justice and restitution. For African News, Khadija